All right, guys, let's talk about this. We had kind of a little bit back and forth online. We're in a group on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/pro wrestling marks. Join it. Cooter, we were talking about this the other day, and
yeah, you got a little mad at me. You did.
I got internet mad. I was using the caps lock a lot to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Making sure I could get my point across in words online, but no, it always trust me, it blows my mind to where I'm a championship person. I love championships.
Can I say this? Can I just say what started this conversation?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So I posted a picture in this group of
that's right,
of Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne for the UK title, and cool looking picture, and fans were just like going crazy because those two in the ring together are probably gonna blow away. I mean,
yes.
I don't want to give out any spoilers, but I heard it was a very, very amazing and entertaining match. Take it away, Credo.
And in comes Credo, to where I was like, well, what is this for? Is it for the UK Championship? Because it does not make sense. It's not in the UK, and Adam Cole isn't UK-ish.
Don't raise your voice, Credo. Don't raise your voice.
Well, hear me out. So this is the whole debate about championships, because you have the WWE Championship. You're the champion of the WWE, right? I get it. Now, okay, yeah, they made the Universal Championship, and everybody made a joke about, oh, you're the champion of the universe. I get it. But Raw needed a championship, a main championship, so instead of just calling it another WWE champion, you're the Universal Champion. I get it. Intercontinental Champion, you're the champion of the continents, right? Everything in between, in a way. But, that still kind of doesn't make sense to me. I will have to look up the exact definitions for them. But still, okay, a UK Championship, and this almost goes back to the European Championship, to where that never really made sense to me. Now, Cooter, hear me out, to where the UK Championship, in my opinion, should be defended in the UK, or at least by people of UK descent. I know that doesn't make really sense, but you know what I mean. Like European, if you're from this country, you could fight for it. But having like Adam Cole, straight out of Nebraska or wherever he's from, going for the UK Championship, what does that mean? And especially, it's not even being defended in the UK. Now, granted, if it was between, Pete Dunne or somebody else, I would get it. He's a part of the UK division, I guess, or the brand. But going against Adam Cole, if Adam Cole won the UK Championship, he's the champion of the UK. Like, that belt right there is starting to, it doesn't make sense to me, Cooter. And that's what I'm trying to get with, to where if you have a UK Championship and you have two UK guys fighting for it in anywhere in the world, that's fine to me. But if you have one guy from the UK, one guy from the United States fighting for it, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm trying to get with this debate of the championships, to where why does it does not make sense to me on how they defend it sometimes.
Are you done?
I'm not done. I have a lot more, but I'm done for now.
Okay. All right. Listen, you do realize wrestling is a work, right? You get that. You get that, yeah. You understand that aspect of it.
Oh, Jesus, man. Why'd you have to ruin it for me?
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Why does everything have to make sense? Why does the name of a title have to make sense? This is what I don't understand, okay? The Intercontinental title was started from a tournament in Brazil, right? So, by your definition, maybe because the championship originated in Brazil and was named Intercontinental, because technically it was formed on a different continent than the company that owns it.
No, because it's called the Intercontinental, so that makes sense. They can go in intercontinents, in different continents. So that makes sense.
See, you're overthinking it. The point I'm trying to make is, if that was developed from a tournament in Brazil, why can't we have a title that was created from a tournament in the UK, and that's why it's the UK? That the origin of that title is from a tournament from the UK.
But what is
why? If that's too much for you to grasp, or you think that's stupid, here's where I get frustrated with a lot of your points, because you've been pissing and moaning about Raw on a regular basis, how Brock Lesnar has the title. It's not on TV. There's no title for anybody to chase. This has pretty much been used as a secondary title, like an Intercontinental title, on the NXT brand. And most of those guys from that tournament have been featured and used on the NXT brand. So here we do have a secondary title, which is just a title from a tournament that originated in the UK. So we're paying homage to a new title from a tournament with all these great... We don't need it to be defended in the UK. We don't need it to be defended by UK people. Why can't it just be a title that people are in the chase for, like every other title that we have? We had a European title. Did it have to be fucking defended by Europeans in Europe? Did we have to have?
And that's why they got rid of it, because it made no sense.
They got rid of it because at that point there was just too many fucking titles.
It made no sense. Well, here
you contradict yourself on a regular basis with this shit.
Wait,
I understand Credo. I understand your argument. I also understand Cooter's argument. I really do. I understand both point of views. But when you say this just popped in my head when you brought up the Universal title. So should Lesnar defend the title in Mars?
No, because he's the WWE Raw champion, and they just don't call him the Raw champion. So they have the SmackDown and the Raw champion. That's their main titles. But
maybe he actually is defending it across the galaxy because he's never there.
That's right. He's in Pluto right now, defending it.
I dispense my belief with this. Right
all right. Well, how about this then? How about because the Intercontinental defended all over the continents, right? The U.S. Championship from a U.S. company, defended overseas too.
See, you're rationalizing. When you rationalize the name of a title,
it's not a UK title. It's not a UK company.
When I try to rationalize the name of a title, you get all butthurt.
Now, if you have the hierarchy, you have the WWE champion, who's the number one champion in the company, right? And I would put the Universal on the same level since they had to split the brands. But then under that, I would have gone to the Intercontinental champion, and then under that, the United States champion, and then under that, maybe then you could do like all the tag titles, or whatever. But now the UK championship, is that on the same level as the WWE champion, or is that like on the same level as the Intercontinental champion? You know what I mean?
Like I said, I think it's basically been used as that secondary title on the NXT brand, like an Intercontinental title, like the US title. I think just because it's like, granted, I think the original concept of it was to be used for that show. I get it. And I could see why people are frustrated with the name of the title. But I think we can just convert it to that secondary title, paying homage to all the people who were in that tournament who were basically in NXT.
Well, I
have it be that secondary title.
I feel like it would make more sense to have only UK people fight for it. You know what I mean? To where, hey, you get rid of Sheamus and Cesaro, they could fight for the UK title. I'm trying to think of the roster right off the top of my head, but I don't see I don't know.
I think
Adam Cole fighting for the UK title.
You're overthinking it too much.
I think so. The title is actually, it has been defended on Progress, which is a UK-based promotion.
Yes.
They actually allow Pete Dunne to go over there and defend the title there, just to kind of give it more relevance in the UK. But with that being said, I mean, when you bring it over, it should be used as a secondary title on the NXT. I think it should be used more. The UK tournament was great. I don't want the UK fans to take offense to this, but I think they just need to revamp that belt. And I think that needs to be NXT's version of their Intercontinental title belt. I think, call it like the Network title or something, or the Workhorse title, or something along those lines. Not necessarily Workhorse, but you guys know what I mean. Like their version of the Intercontinental title, where that title is like the stepping stone. Because right now, if you look at the NXT roster, there's so many stars on there. What do you do with them? Like,
exactly.
What does the do? Like a guy like Velveteen Dream, he could be fighting for that secondary title, or there's so much. I think that's what they need to do, because like you brought up before, Credo, like what's going on with this UK show? There's no UK show. Cooter brought up before how there's not enough talent to even do the UK show. I personally think there's not enough funds for them to constantly be going to the UK to do the UK show. So take this UK title, make it prestigious in America.
Rebrand it somehow.
Well,
Yeah.
we talked earlier to where, 205 Live is using a lot of these UK guys. If they get rid of that stupid name 205 Live and they, whatever name, give it whatever name, and you mix the UK with the cruiserweights, now in my mind, I'm like, well, now if you have the Cruiserweight Championship and the UK Championship on that show, which one is greater? Or, you know what I mean? Is the Cruiserweight below the UK belt? And, that UK belt design is a really great design, but it looks like a main, like the champion belt, right?
I
It looks
want
like
to punch
the
a
WWE
baby.
belt.
I want to punch a baby.
It looks like the
I
women's
do.
championship belt, so it looks like the top belt, right? You know what I mean? It's the top championship. But I'm just saying, if they brought it onto that show too and they mixed it, they're going to use the same guys. To me, having it just called the UK Championship at the end of the day should either A, be defended in the UK, or be defended by only UK people.
And this is why you work for Fox and not for WWE. Next segment.
Well,
This popped in my head. I don't know, and this is off the top. Well, it's still a title belt, but this is off the topic of like the UK belt. But what if they brought back the television title? Okay, and that title will be defended every week on television, meaning the television title, and you put that title on whoever brands that workhorse. Let's just say if Finn Balor is the television title champion, he defends that title every Monday night. Like that title, it's a mandatory title defense every Monday night. You put it on your workhorse, and then that's a good way. Like when an NXT talent comes up, you could just put it on him. It just popped in my head. What do you guys think about that?
I think in that case, for the main roster, I think it's too much. I do feel like they need a secondary title for NXT, which is pretty much what they've been doing with that UK title. I agree with Mike. I think it should be rebranded. And to a certain extent, I agree with Credo. I think the UK name is stupid for that title. But, I mean, I was just trying to think of ways to make it work where we didn't have to change the name. Because I actually like that belt, too. That belt is fucking beautiful.
At the end of the day, whether it doesn't matter if it's for the UK title, Intercontinental title, or even the Divas title, the retired Divas title. when you have a guy like Adam Cole standing across the ring from a guy like Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne, yes.
The fans are going to be into that match no matter what title's on the line, because those two guys, the belt isn't what makes those guys. The guys are what makes the match great.
And the fact that it was for a title was really cool to me. So, I mean, I was like, why are we even having this conversation? Can't we just enjoy the fucking match?
And I guarantee you, if that match was ever for the Divas title, that'd be the best damn Divas title match
Absolutely.
ever seen in my life.
The UK, I don't know. Well, what's funny is, UK, they have such a huge fan base in the UK. It's rightfully so that they need a UK championship, and I honestly wish they would have a WrestleMania over in the UK. They definitely deserve that too. But at the end of the day, if you line all the championships in a row, and you say who's the number one champion of this company, it's the WWE champion. Okay, well, who's the second, Universal champion, right?
I think you're overthinking it. I think they're on the same level, being that they're the top titles for each show. And I think the U.S. is equal to the Intercontinental because it's that secondary title for each show.
I wish they need that show, man. I wish if they had their own UK show, then I'd be fine with it. But now that it's like,
I know what you want to do. Since you're such a big British Bulldogs fan, and you think that they should be in the Hall of fucking Fame ahead of the Dudley Boys, let's just make the Dynamite Kid the fucking GM of the new UK show, Credo. How about that for an idea?
Hey, what's next? The Japanese title, huh?
I think you need to go to Twitter with this one.
We'll have to send it to the fans, guys. Well, you know what? How about this? We'll open up the phone lines, and you guys call in 802-297-7672. What do you think about this UK Championship? Does it make sense to you? Are you on my wavelength? Are you on Cooter's wavelength? Are you in between? I don't know. Let us know what you feel. How do you feel about the UK Championship? Tweet us too at @WrestlingPod. Tweet your. Do you get it? Do you like it? Does it need a new name? Maybe even what Mike says, even just change the name and make it the network title, the TV championship, which I think would probably be a lot better, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But guys, the UK title should only be defended in the UK by UK people. That's all I'm saying.
#don't tug your peckers. Bitches.